Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Now listen, when it comes to this guy Valenzuela, man, we understand what happened to him against Chris Colbert. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think Valenzuela won that fight. But let's really peel this back. If you're going to pursue a rematch, right? You know, people out there on Twitter who are posting things about who Valenzuela should be pursuing as far as a rematch. And I think it's a good point. But if he's going to push for a rematch to prove that he belongs at 135, right? And that he's a real threat to any fight at 135. Look, in my opinion, I agree with the guy who posted this stuff out there on Twitter. Valenzuela shouldn't even be worried about Colbert. I know it pisses him off because he knows that he dominated Colbert in that fight. And he knows that at any point in that fight, and especially in the rematch, probably knocks Colbert out. He had Colbert hurt. But Colbert was pretty crafty, but at the end of the day, why go out there picking low-hanging fruit? You know what I'm saying? Go in there and rematch De Los Santos, the Dominican fighter. You know what I'm saying? If you can get back in there with him, which he knocked him down, which he hurt him, but obviously there's just a little bit more fight in De Los Santos than there was in Valenzuela that night. But in my opinion, the fight that truly matters, I think the majority of people really feel that he won that fight. So he's the people, in this case, I say he's the people's champion because the majority of people feel he beat Colbert, and the majority of people feel that Colbert is putting that duck sauce on the fried rice because he doesn't want no parts of Valenzuela again. Matter of fact, he bust Colbert up so good that Colbert is tucked his tail and ran back down to 130. And it's like, nah, I'm staying down here. So at the end of the day, if it was me, when it comes to Valenzuela, and I'm going to push for a rematch, the one that truly matters isn't the one that isn't the easier fight of the two. You know what I'm saying? You earned your right to really fight either guy, but the one that's going to matter, if you can get the win, is De Los Santos. Because De Los Santos is just a monster. But I don't think he wants to get back in the ring with him. I don't think his team wants to either. Because he has 2 losses. If they were to do a rematch, which I don't think anybody would want to see, but if so, that'd probably be a 3rd loss. But, you know, he's working with David Benavidez Sr., so let's see what happens. But in my opinion, this guy Valenzuela, just give it up. Stop talking about Colbert. It's not going to happen. Colbert's not stupid. Listen to that man talk. That's why he stuck his tongue out and acted his shoe size. Because he know he got away. He know it was a robbery. He know that he knew. It's like when a little kid is doing something to the older sibling, and then the older sibling about to get in the ass, and then the parent gets involved, and the younger sibling hides behind the parent, and it's like sitting there provoking him, acting like that. That's what damn Colbert was doing. Because he knew he was protected, that the fight was over, and that he doesn't have to fight him again. And he's out of there with the win. But that being said, man, we'll see what Valenzuela does next. I think he's a good fighter. He's got some pop. But at the same time, you got to understand, he was in there with Colbert, who's a 5-pound difference. But, you know, Colbert, it matters. He was in there with a smaller fighter, man. And him going forward against some of these guys at 135, he's going to have to tighten up. He's going to have to tighten up a little bit, man, because he's going to have to let his hands go more. Because they got some real killers at 135. And if Valenzuela wants to really stamp his spot in that division, he can't be losing. He got to make sure he takes the decision out of the judge's hands, which means he needs to be focused on knocking people out. So the only way he's going to go home at night and sleep well and not have to carry this crap around in his mind everywhere he goes that he lost to someone who wasn't better than him. But that being said, y'all keep cool. We'll see what's up with Valenzuela. De Los Santos is a rematch to take, in my opinion, but to me that's a career suicide. So leave him alone. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, man. I'm in the breeze.